Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I am the Backpack Hermit and today we'll be making a very different kind of video. I plan to do some different kinds of videos until I get my entire YouTube video making rig set up, which would mean a microphone being one of the most important things because I have been having to do post-video overlay on my absolutely horrible headphone mic on my laptop because but I am going to be discussing things such as my thoughts on the current state of Dead by Daylight. I am not going to be trying to talk about the recent drama, but I will be sharing my opinions on some of the aspects that have been going on in this drama, such as the spirit changes and my opinions on Survive with Friends and solo queue and what changes could be made with those, as well as my thoughts on the Dead by Daylight grind that also comes along with it, since a lot of new people are going to be coming to the game with the Resident Evil chapter, and I think they're going to be having a really hard time with the grind that comes along with this game. I will also be getting to uh, some builds and stuff and the future of my channel and ideas for content and builds that would have to use for those content videos, whatever they are. So enjoy. Um, so with this video, the first topic that I really wanted to discuss is Spirit. Now, if you don't know, Spirit is one of the most stupidest killers in my opinion. Her power lets you do something called phase walk. While in a phase walk, all survivors and their blood trails turn invisible, meaning you have to rely on scratch marks and sounds or the environmental movements. And me, including me at first, I feel like a lot of people at first who read this power would have thought that it's really, really bad. But I realized when I first, or when I read through it again or watched gameplay of her, that it's actually stupidly strong. While survivors have a meta perk that makes her power very weak against them, Jake Park's Iron Will, it silences your grunts of pain while you're injured. She also has a perk that can be used to counter this, the Nurse's Strider, which increases the volume of survivors' injured sounds. But this is pretty much only used by players who are not the greatest at Spirit, but there is nothing wrong with running it, as it helps a lot, but most good spirits won't need this perk. I definitely would, though, honestly, because I am a terrible listener. But the most absurd thing with her power is that she can stand completely still, and survivors can't tell whether or not she's phasing or not. People thought that she does have a tell with her movements, but a streamer and YouTuber, Arthur, debunked this recently and shown that that's not actually true. I believe a physical tell or sound cue would be a huge change to her power to the point she may not even need any other changes. But I think another great change would be the sound she emits. It's like a buzz sound that plays with the survivors, and when it gets louder, the closer spirit is to you. Except the thing is though, that it doesn't fade to becoming louder. It just instantly becomes louder, and you can't tell where the sound is coming from, so it's undirectional. But I think if they made this buzz sound directional, it would also be another change to Spirit that wouldn't be too horrible, but also kind of necessary. Which is, I think it's quite a couple of fair changes, so they don't have to rework her entire power. That could help a lot and make her a lot more balanced. The next topic is Survive with Friends, which if you don't know what Survive with Friends, I would be really scared if you don't. It's basically surviving with friends, where you invite other friends into the party and you either play talking to each other on Discord or not, whatever you want to do. Um, I believe that Survive with Friends absolutely has to have something to tell it apart. So, like, I believe that if you're a killer or you're a survivor who's in the game, you should have, like, or they should have an icon on people who are in a survivor with friends with each other, such as, like, say if you join in the game with your friend, you and your friend will both have a survivor with friend icon next to your name. And I think this will be this will help a lot in telling it apart, because sometimes survivors friends are impossible to tell, and killers have a really hard time with it, and the easiest way to tell a survivor friends apart is by similar cosmetics or similar names, but sometimes they don't do that just so they can have the advantage without the killer having to realize that they're in a survivor friends. um Also, I feel like solo queue changes that should be made is that you can see the perks of the other survivors. They could, before the game starts, the perks they are running could like show up above their name, and I feel like these two changes would be revolutionary to the game, and it must be added in because it would be a lot. It would change the game, the impact of the game so much. It would impact it so much. Another topic that I want to discuss is the grind, the incredible grinding aspect that comes with DBD. The number of players that are going to be joining this game as well. With the Resident Evil chapter, I feel like a lot of people who love Resident Evil but don't know what Dead by Daylight is are going to discover this game and want to join, as they've said in the 5th anniversary stream. So the developers are aware of this, and they've already doing things such as changing the tutorial and adding the bots, which are honestly a bit of a mess, though it is still the PTB and it's coming out in a couple of days. But the biggest thing they need to change is definitely hard and long it takes to get perks and teachables. It is such a grind, and not even I only have like 600 hours in the game combining console playthrough, and I only have 100 hours on PC, 500 on console. That's a total of 600. I'm only 400 away from my first 1000. But so I'm not even entirely sure if I'm certified to say this, but it is such a grind, and I don't even have like many teachables at all. I've if unless you've been playing the game since like at least 2018, you're not going to be having all the teachables most likely. Either that or you've dedicated your entire life to this game in like 2020 or 2019 and you're just wasting your life away on the game, which I don't think I have the time to do that or the money or the life left. Obviously not life left, but you know. I feel like the ways they could change this is changing the prices and the blood webs or things like that. I feel like browns should be either like 1000 blood points and they can go up by 1000 each rarity, because if you don't know, brown items in the blood web start as at 3000, and then the um yellow rarity is 4000, green is 5000, purple is 6000, and iridescent pink is 7,000. And that's a lot if you think about it in hindsight, considering unless you have perks or offerings or anything that changes this, you can only get a max of 32,000 blood points in a game. Um, I also think another way they could change it is um, I feel like another way they could change it is by having perks in the hundreds categories, such as like the early hundreds. Um, and then they go into the 1000s with the iridescent being only 2000 blood points. Either way, the grind in DBD is absurd as hell, and I think it definitely needs to be changed. I think a lot of people will agree on that. Unless, like, only a really small amount of the people have all the teachables and stuff like that. And even smaller if they have all the perks and all the teachables on every single character. That's insane. Now, this is probably the most important part of this video in my aspect. I'm going to talk about future plans and videos I will make. I would love to take build concepts in the comments to make videos on once I've unlocked the perks and all that stuff. And please do feel free to do that. It would mean so much to me. But I will also be starting streaming. I really want to start streaming on Twitch once I buy a microphone, and I want to start streaming on Twitch as a casual hobby, maybe even make money off of it. That would be crazy insane. Like, much like YouTubers right now, a bit of a hobby for me. However, schedules may not be the greatest at first due to schoolwork and work, so there may not be some sort of schedule with my streaming. Um, Also, I may make some videos out of Twitch games, because recording the games by myself and having to do with audio over it, it's really tiring, so sometimes I may take Twitch games from the Twitch streams in the future and make them into videos. It's been so nice. Some of my previous videos have some really nice comments and tips and things about that, and I'm really, really grateful for that. I've been doing everything I can to get this channel up more, and I cannot thank you all so much. I cannot. I'm lost for words on how to thank you all. It's really small. 22 subscribers is not a lot, but I love it, and it's awesome. Anyways, that's all I have to talk about in this video, to be honest. But I think it's a these are very, very important topics that have to be brought up when it comes to Dead by Daylight, and also very important topics that I have to talk about in with my channel as a whole, and it means so much to me. So anyways, bye bye again, my friends.